Welcome to Board Ghost, a story broadcast with games as the engine.
If living is a highway, then heaven is a bus stop. Been waiting for a minute there, or has it been forever? 'Cause dying don't agree with me, no. Dying don't agree with me, no. All you board ghosts, come with me, we're going home.
We believe you're out there, hungry for stories for shared experiences. We can't see you, can't hear you, yet we will play for you. This night's offering is Fiasco. To learn how we generate the story using the game Fiasco, go listen to our primer episode. Our humble players tonight, myself, John Holt, with me,
As always, Ken Breese. What up, everybody?
and joining us.
Hello, my name is Christopher Diercksen. I am here.
All right.
Yay!
Chris,
What up,
thanks
Chris?
for joining us.
Yeah,
Thanks
man.
for coming on, man. Luckily, Chris has really done us a service and chosen a very, very interesting playset for us to sink our teeth in tonight.
I like interesting.
Well, this one's a great one. It's written by Jason Morningstar, who is, as we all know, the
game
creator of Fiasco, which is
Oh.
great. I'm just going to describe it, I think.
Sure, go for it.
A storm is brewing. The earth groans as plates collide. Overhead, the sky darkens as thick clouds, heavy with rain, roll in. The air is charged. The pressure is dropping. On the horizon, silhouetted against the lead-colored sky, is a line of men and women. Among them are kings and queens, warriors and poets. Some come to do battle, some to gain untold riches. Some would betray their beliefs for silver. Others would die defending theirs against impossible odds. The storm is here, John. Great armies will clash. It's time for the pen show.
All right.
That's right.
I was like so
The
close
pen
to making
show.
like atmospheric
You
sound.
can.
It
We're
was
all
a
about that
thing
here.
that I was
You
going to
can.
be doing
we
to
actually,
you.
We do our own mouth sound effects here because we're all about the 80s when you really get down to
Oh,
it.
do I get to roll?
You get to roll
yeah.
all of them now, my friend.
So we're
roll
gonna-
those
we're
dice
gonna
as
generate
we
our
generate our
grid.
grid. Yes.
So I am playing Ian Well.
Ian K. Well.
Ian K.
Oh, John.
Ooh.
Love it.
He is currently living a bachelor lifestyle in Minneapolis. He has recently divorced. He's got a child who he's basically paying child support to, and he's a pretty lonely dude. His life, though, is very much focused on his hobby, which is pen collecting. And it's become a little obsessive, and he's become more of a pen hoarder than a collector. So the value of the pens is questionable, but the volume is not questionable.
Okay.
It is great in volume. So I am a
Let's start.
I am running for VP of the Poppleton Pen Club.
That's right. The Poppleton Pen Club is the body which organizes and puts on the pen show that we are at. We should figure out where the pen show is, right, you guys? Is it in New York City? Or is it in...
I keep
Or
going
is it in
back to
Indianapolis?
desert stuff. I keep
Desert
going
stuff?
back to like
Phoenix?
Is it in
yeah,
Phoenix?
like Phoenix. I think is
Cool.
Phoenix. That's exactly that sort of area.
Cool.
Cool.
So
Or
we're,
Vegas. It could be Vegas, where there's lots of conventions in Vegas.
There are.
But Vegas has whole other implications, doesn't it? Yeah. I don't know.
Which is
Either-
fine.
No, I like Phoenix.
All right.
Phoenix
all
is
right,
better.
cool.
We're in
so
Phoenix.
this is a national pen show.
That's right. It's a national
big
pen
deal.
show. And not only that, John, the pen show is when the election is done. It's where it happens.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Like at the,
the
near
new,
the end.
Exactly. The new officers are elected and sworn in or
Batons
whatever.
are batons
batons are
passed,
handed
yeah.
off, exactly, and the new government, as it were, or whatever, comes in.
Yeah. Okay.
The new pen regime, if you will.
Well, they have the very important job of picking where the next convention will be.
There's yes,
And they only come around every-
lots of different jobs that go along. with
Biannually.
BP. We haven't. All the duties are. There's a lot of duties. Let's just say that. That's right. So I'm playing then your challenger, Cecil Adams. Cecil Adams is much younger than you
He's an
are.
upstart.
He's about 10 years younger than you are. Cecil Adams represents this new wave in pen culture. He actually is really into esoteric and sort of cult side of pens and penmanship. He is very much into like neoclassical pens and like different pens that were used as parts of rituals and stuff like that. He is all about like locating this pen with no name. It's a mysterious object that he has been discussing with his secret lover, a handwriting analyst, but a secret lover, Ralph.
Yes.
So we can talk about Ralph.
My name is Ralph James. I am a 42-year-old male. I'm actually from Scottsdale.
Okay.
Not terribly far from Phoenix. Yeah, I wouldn't call it a relationship, but
Okay. Yeah.
that's okay. Listen, you go on the road, down the road, as the case may be for me. You just sometimes. But I look at myself, actually, I'm a handwriting analyst. I have been called in to speak last minute at this conference because
you are
the
a
original speaker was unable to attend. So I was brought in from the University of Phoenix, the online University of Phoenix, not actually in Phoenix, but I was brought in for that purpose. I have some very interesting theories about the pen with no name, most notably and most shamefully that it is a ballpoint. That it's been legend. I have analyzed the writing, and we don't know where this pen actually is. No one's seen the pen. We've just seen that we can't figure out what this particular writing is from. And my thesis is that it is a ballpoint pen. That brings me back to how I work at the University of Phoenix. Because I didn't always work there.
Not always.
I used to be at the University of Arizona, which was a much better job.
Yep.
But yeah, anyway, that's Ralph's name. That's Ralph.
All right.
And,
What's going on between Ralph and Ian though?
We have I'm the anxious client, and I think I'll kind of let that. I'll maybe set that up in my scene when we get into it.
sure.
Yeah.
So
All right.
Oh, so you two have what's your relationship though?
Handwriting analyst and anxious client.
I see.
Yeah.
So he's the analyst, I'm the client, and I'll kind of get that into that. in
You
my
have a
first
meta
scene.
tag on there, philosophers. Do you guys consider yourself philosophers?
I
at
certainly-
all?
He has
You do.
conceptions.
Yeah,
see.
conceptions of philosophy. Okay.
All right.
Cool.
So
And you guys have a need too.
yeah, we do. So I'll go through our grid real quick. So I am Ian K. Well. Between me and Ken's character, there is a Monarchs relationship. We're both candidates for VP of Pendleton Pen Club, Poppleton Pen Club.
Poppleton Pen Club.
We also share a location in common, room 404, on a fold-out cot. And then Cecil Adams, Ken's character, and Chris's character share a lover's weird ink-stained love relationship, and they also have an object connected to the relationship, an object of mystery, the pen with no name. And Chris's character, Ralph James, is connected to my character, Ian K. Well, with a Philosophers relationship. He is the handwriting analyst to my anxious client, and we also share a need attached to that relationship to get a little money for the bus ride home. So that's our grid. We'll roll right into our first scene.
Sweet.
I have rolled into the hall first day. It's a Thursday.
It's a beautiful hall. Beautiful convention
I
center.
haven't checked into my hotel yet. I'm very sweaty. It's just, they say it's a dry heat, but it's still like I am sopping wet. So just dripping. And I'm looking around for Ralph James. And I head over to his booth, and they say, "Oh, no, he's over there." And so I get pointed to a small collector's table, and they're like, "Oh, no, we saw him over there." So I kind of like zigzag and beeline, and finally I see him surrounded by a few like fawning, adoring fans.
Yeah, this is the first day of the convention. It's early. Not everyone is here yet. Everyone's still super excited.
People are still kind of setting up.
Yeah, a lot of enthusiasm. But yeah, has the convention started, or is this before?
This is
ours?
like early yet. So like because we're at least vying for this candidacy,
you
and
have
it's all
like
you're
a
it's
vice
maybe,
presidential candidate, man.
Yeah, we're getting there. So I come up and I'm like, have you had a chance to look at the letters I sent you?
I'm sorry. What's your name? I don't know that I've.
I sent you an envelope with 2 letters in it.
Yeah.
One was from I can't tell you who they're from unless you told me that you looked at them. And are they similar?
Yeah, no, I definitely got those. I looked at them. Yes, I think if I remember correctly, they are. Your name was Ian?
Yes, Ian K. Well.
Okay,
Ian
great.
Well.
Yes. Oh, I noticed the irony. Yes. No, I absolutely remember your letters. Yes, totally similar. Totally similar, those letters.
If it makes it easier too, we'll pause for a sec. We can have this be the decision point.
Oh no, I'm totally
you know.
bullshitting out of my ass. He has no idea what you're talking
All
about.
right.
Yeah.
Great. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I looked at them.
Okay. Great. Okay. So you just need to
I
tell
assume
me.
you brought copies.
No, those were the originals. I can't just send you a copy to be analyzed.
Okay. Well, listen, it's the new age. It's new people. All right, but sure. Listen, there's a lot of, and he like looks at the people who are like still around. Like, there's a lot of new technology out there that allows for the scanning of letters. But okay, sure, yes, no, absolutely, yes.
Okay. So again, but they're similar. They're the same hand.
I don't know that I would say that they are the same hand. They are similar. You asked me if they were similar, and they are similar. They are not the same.
With how much certainty
letter.
could you tell me if they were like the same?
I would have
person,
to.
right?
I mean, God, I kept them in my room. They are in my room along with all of the letters that I get from all of my adoring fans. But I would have to look at them again.
I sent you the fee that you asked for the work. I don't understand why this is. I don't understand what's going on. Listen, can you just tell me with what degree of certainty you think that those two letters were similar
Ian.
from the same hand?
Yes. Okay. You know what? We should do this later at another time when I have eaten lunch. I'm starving. Ian, I should go get lunch. There are people who are taking me to lunch right now, but you have a face that I'm going to remember. And
So this is where I'm going to say that this scene actually goes well for Ian. So how does this scene go well for Ian, John?
He follows you to lunch.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
You invite him to lunch.
Oh, yeah, of
Oh,
course.
no, not even invited.
Not
He
even.
just- he follows.
He just follows.
And sits at the next booth.
Sits at the next booth. And when you go to use the bathroom,
Oh,
he
good.
follows you into the bathroom.
Oh
Right,
my
and corners you
God.
back.
I need you to know that I need you to know that we are both in the same stall right now.
Yep.
Like I have tried
Like
to
I
get
have closed the stall door behind us.
Yes.
And I'm saying, you don't understand. I need to know if these two letters are from the same person. And unfortunately, I can't tell you who this person is until you tell me if it's from the same person or not.
Ian, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
We've
sorry.
corresponded.
No, we yes.
I'm very confused.
Yes, I can see that we are in the same bathroom stall. I'm very confused as well. Also, there are some pressing matters, though. I'm just going to, if you don't mind, this is a Mexican restaurant, and this is an urgent matter. You're not leaving. I'm okay. And he just like drops trowel and like sits down on the toilet. Okay, so listen.
So I turn around and go, okay, look, I know this is not comfortable, but this is very important.
No, it's not comfortable.
But I need to know, did you have a chance to look at the letter?
Yes, of course I told you. I looked at the letters. They are similar. I don't know.
Okay, so similar.
I would say 85% the same hand.
85%.
85% certain that they're the same hand. But listen, like I said, I am at a clear disadvantage here at the moment. And you know, you didn't when we corresponded, there was no like I'm gonna see you in the bathroom at Los Taquitos and talk about this. There was like, we didn't talk about when we were going to talk about this. It was like a situation where you were like, hey, does this work? And I was like, cool, send me your fee. I will totally look at this.
It's fine.
And then,
I'm sorry for putting you in this position. This is great news that you're that's certain. That's fantastic. Okay. You said you have the letters in your room?
Yeah, I have letters in my room.
Okay. So I'll meet up with you later. Well, I'll find you later.
Yeah. No, I'm speaking
Here's my
at the
card.
conference.
Here's my card. I reach back to kind of like pass it in your
yourself.
direction.
He takes the card.
Okay, so you call me if I can't find you by today. We're gonna need to give those letters over to police their evidence.
You mailed me evidence.
Well, I wasn't sure it was evidence until you verified that it may actually be the killer.
Okay, Ian, we'll do that. This sounds good. This sounds like a good plan. I'm gonna see you soon. Now listen, Here's the thing. The door opens inwards, so you're going to have to wait for me to be done before we can both leave.
Okay, this is fine. This is good news, though.
Did you bring your phone? Don't show me your phone. Did you bring your phone? You at least have something to do. This is going to be a while.
I'll figure it out. He kind of like awkwardly squeezes around and knocks your knees and
Yeah. No, he's like I'm
Squeezes
like
his
straddling
belly
this
out.
man.
Yeah.
And scene.
and I escape the bathroom.
We're going to flash forward to happy hour on Thursday night. The conference is a swingin'. People are all about the pens. They love the new pens that are coming out.
Yep.
They're going to the vendors hall to check out all the new features, all the new brand names that are coming out. What else, you guys are so awesome about pens?
Oh, it's all about the heft.
The heft, that's right. There are so many different ways to make a pen out of things, out of different materials, different
Ink flow.
specifications, ink flows. Exactly. I tend to think that probably those who are really into pens they're like tribes, that sort of are like about certain types of pens, as it were.
And there's also going to be like, it's the past that is attached to the
Oh,
object.
sure.
So like money has a
yes.
there's a
Yes,
term
of
that says like
course.
money has no blah,
Right.
meaning money has no past to it.
Sure,
so that
of
means you
course.
can spend
Making
it.
it like an artifact or like you're doing.
Right.
Like
So like the pen that you sign the Declaration
Right,
of Independence
exactly.
is going to
it
have
has
a weight
historical
to it.
weight.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
And that's something else that they would seek.
Definitely.
And I imagine there are also people who are like, because there's like the collectors, but there's also the practical people who like just use,
Sure.
who want to use the right pen.
Sure.
You know?
I also think that there's probably going to be some very heated discussions about what has value and what doesn't. And I think therein we find our good friend Cecil Adams giving a lecture
Oh yeah.
on the merits of the pen with no name, a mysterious pen that some people don't even think exists. Some people think never existed and is a myth and a legend. But Cecil is giving a presentation on it, a paper on it.
Is this like in a lecture hall, or is this just like in the hall
I think
happening?
it's in a lecture hall.
Okay.
It's in a lecture hall.
That's good.
It isn't just on a soapbox. No.
Okay, good. That's
this
better.
Is a sanctioned event.
Yes.
A pretty well-attended event. He is a candidate, of course, for vice president of the Poppleton Pen Club, the organization that puts on this event.
Yes.
It's a lot of power riding on that. A lot of people want to make friends with Cecil.
The meteoric rise of Cecil Adams.
Exactly. But he has sort of a little bit of a rock star status, but he's also not as experienced, of course, as other people who have been in the pen game for much longer. His presentation is done. He's coming off the podium. People are sort of crowding him for autographs and to talk. And that's where, of course, Ralph James is waiting for him.
Ralph is there. Ralph is sort of, I feel like Ralph is sort of like, has been standing in the back, just like arms crossed leaning against the wall, just sort of like listening.
Yes.
Listening
exactly.
to this thing.
How do you think it went?
Well, they loved you.
I think so. I think more and more are finally coming to realize the truth.
Well,
The pen with no name. It's going to guide us into the future.
you keep talking about this. I don't know that I totally 100%. There's so many questions. There's so many questions about the pen with no name, of course. But I mean, yeah, I admire your optimism. I really do.
What if I told you that the pen was going to see me elected and the pen was going to make an appearance at this very convention?
Do you have it? Do you think you have it?
I might have it.
You know our disagreement on this.
It's possible. It will need to be verified
Yeah.
by a number of different experts, yourself
By
included.
maybe
Of
one of
course.
them that you're looking at.
Of course, yourself included. Of course.
me nuts. Okay.
Well-
yeah. No, it's good. It's fine.
I've told you you'll be the first to lay
All right.
hands on it.
Yeah.
I think it will be here though. I have it. I don't know. I did get an anonymous letter that said it may be in one of the rooms. It may make an appearance. Someone has it. Someone is bringing it here.
I can't even tell you. Speaking of letters, do you remember those? I had the crazy experience at lunch. God, what time is it?
We're going to dinner soon. Have
Okay.
another drink.
Oh, that would be. Thank you.
You're welcome. As we're sauntering to the happy hour,
that's good.
I just hand you a flask.
They just. Oh my God. Yeah. You make a mean tequila sunrise. You really do.
I love orange juice.
Well, yeah, no. I had the crazy experience in the bathroom. Some guy he sent me letters to analyze, and he literally cornered me in the stall, Cecil.
No, are you sure he wasn't asking for like physical favor?
No, I'm
Did
pretty
want you to go
sure
down on him?
he doesn't know what that is.
Okay.
He doesn't know what that is.
No?
No. He doesn't know. Maybe he does. I mean, listen, I'm not trying to, but no, it wasn't.
Okay.
It wasn't that. Are you jealous now?
Envious is the word you're looking for.
That's cute. I hate how cute you are when you say those awful things. Okay, yeah, no, he wasn't doing that. He was just like insistent, and apparently it's like it's evidence.
Well, who was
to
this
a crime.
person?
This dude, Ian. I don't know.
Wait, Ian K. Well?
Yes, you know him.
Of course, I know Ian K. Well.
Why?
Ralph, haven't you been listening to anything? He is my competition for vice president. He is trying to become the vice president of the convention of the club.
The Poppleton Pen Club.
Yes.
I told him to
Do
go.
you understand what happened?
I told him to go to
if
Pendleton, but they said it was too on the nose.
This dusty, stodgy nobody becomes the vice president.
He's younger than me.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
There's no way.
He's totally younger than me.
No.
You flatter me.
I don't believe that.
All right, whatever. In any event, okay.
Well, what did he want?
Well,
What did he
I guess
want?
you have my vote, Cecil.
Well, I get better. Jeez.
Well, listen, business pleasure. Let's be clear. That being said, you're pretty smart. You've got some interesting ideas. I do.
You can ride these
think
coattails to the top, honey.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
What did he want though? What was he?
He brought letters. He sent me letters. He wanted me to analyze them and see if they were written by the same hand. And
Wait,
now, apparently
I remember that now. That was when we took that hot air balloon ride a few months ago. Do you remember the last time we saw each other?
Yes.
You told me you came into some money.
Yeah, well, it was just a job. I mean,
a job that you did? Did you do the job?
No, because I lost the letters on
You
the hot
lost
air balloon.
them?
You were there. We were there.
You told me never to
Cecil,
talk about that again.
You brought it up, and you're. Oh my. Well, I told him they were the same, but I don't know how I'm
Same
getting out
as
of this.
what does that
same
mean?
hand. They were written by the same hand. I was
is that what
85% sure they were written by the same.
wanted to
I
know?
don't remember those letters.
You just pulled it out of your ass?
I
and made
totally
it
did.
up?
I was
Okay.
literally pooping at the time. Like I'm not even.
So
I'm not.
literally pulled it out of your ass. Got it. Okay. Well,
He didn't even notice.
what were these letters about? Because now I'm interested. This must have something to do with his campaign.
I don't. Are
Are
you sure? No, it had to do with a. It was like
find out what these letters are.
it was like a murder. It has nothing to do with the
murder?
campaign.
murder.
I don't know. He said there was like victim. I don't know. Listen. I wasn't really paying attention.
What? This man seems dangerous. Do I need to be
No,
worried
he
about
seems
him?
like a.
He's following you into
He seems like a
bathrooms?
justice seeker. He doesn't seem dangerous.
Oh,
You're dangerous. Don't call me that.
well,
It's adorable.
I need you to figure out if there's an angle here. Will you do that for me?
Yeah, we'll talk about the pen later.
We'll have it go
Goes
good.
well for good old Cecil Adams. Okay, great. Well, we'll talk about the pen later. Just keep it under your shirt that it may be here. But you can tell people that I might have a big announcement at my rally tomorrow.
You realize I have a reputation to uphold here as well. So I can't go around saying that you have some big announcement and then for you to be wrong here. Okay. We're not exactly on the same page about this pen.
Fine. If you want to be skeptical, be skeptical.
I'm incredibly skeptical.
I am hearing that.
I know your proclivities.
I need you to find out from Ian what the fuck these papers are, because if there's an angle for me to work to make sure he doesn't become vice president, that needs to happen. Will you do that?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. What I think what we'll do is I want to be on the hall, like out in the vendors hall.
Yeah.
Like while they're packing up. Like everybody's
oh,
packing
for
up
the
day, for the
night.
night.
For the day,
But
yeah.
this is when I want to do my shopping.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Right
I
at
want
the
to try
end.
and right at the end, after people are gone, when like no one's going to necessarily question why I'm on the floor,
Right.
but people will question why generally people are on the floor,
Sure.
and I want to try and
Well, you're a member of the club. I mean, I guess everyone is who comes. Not everyone who comes to conventions is part of the club. I feel like club dues and club membership.
I've been given an
you
honorary
on it.
membership.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
I think that I think that from years served, it's just sort of like
Sure, you do
service to
like-
the community.
You do like gratis.
Yeah, sure.
whatever.
I mean, I've gotten paid for this, but not standard industry rate.
Sure.
So I would just want to be wandering about the floor, finding and like sneaking into the ballpoint section, like not
Really have to
trying
brag.
not to look like I'm looking, but like totally looking and seeing what sort of new technology they're putting out there. And then I imagine that it's inevitable that I run into Ian, that Ian runs into me.
All right.
Maybe physically actually runs into me.
Right.
I don't know, but yeah. So that's and I just try to like duck out of the ballpoint section as soon as I see him.
All right. So I knock into you.
I don't know. I think it's one of those things where like I see you and like I feel like you're looking for me because we haven't connected still.
Right. So I'm
This
trying
is
to
like
find
well
you.
on into the day. And you
Yeah,
had said you were
so,
looking for me,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Does
I'm
that?
still looking. Yeah. So I've come looking for you. For some reason I'm in like a tux,
Oh, good.
and people are in tweed.
Yeah,
generally,
you're getting
but like
dressed
yes.
up.
I'm in a tux
You're
right now
getting
for some
dressed
reason.
up.
Okay.
But I'm still sweating a little bit and a little fresher at least.
Well, it's warm down here. You from the up north.
Yeah. So I notice you kind of like ducking behind a stall. Like there's an acrylic case of
Yes.
spinning pens, and you're
Oh,
hiding
yes.
behind it.
It's literally-
and,
it's
and I
see-through.
can kind of see you like
Yeah.
as the pens twist past.
Yeah.
And Ralph James, my friend, my good friend. So
I'd remember that face anywhere.
you were checking out this line. It's interesting work that they've been doing with this tech. It's not refillable, but they aren't fully disposable. I really don't know how they're doing it. It's pretty fantastic.
I mean, it's a remarkable thing. This is clearly there's something to be said for cheap and marketable when it comes to pens. It's not a fountain.
It's innovative to have the ink in the ball itself. It's amazing.
Yeah, and it just meets itself out. It's an interesting thing. I don't know. I imagine that there's a lot of potential ink splotting that could happen there. There's just the risk. That's high risk, high reward.
The people at Inky Balls have been working really hard to get this tech just right. I think.
Well, we'll see. We'll see how it writes. And as he's like takes the sample pen and just starts like pulls out his own pad.
Oh yeah.
And starts writing on the thing just to like testing it out. Writes like Dear Alice or something. Anyway, Mr. Will, I understand you're. I'm sorry for earlier. I was a little bit thrown.
It's okay. It's very important. I mean, I'm a follower of your work, or else I wouldn't have reached out to you. But it's very important that I find you.
Tell me more about this crime. And he puts his hands kind of like he sits on top of the spinning
Let's
case
rap.
and like rests his hands on his fingers, but like he's got to keep moving his elbows because it's spinning underneath his elbows.
Let's conversate.
So you've heard of the Red Ink Strangler?
Yes.
So
This is about the Red Ink Strangler.
yeah, he would send in notes that he himself had corrected in red ink to the police, correcting his own manic grammar, taunting them for his crimes.
Yes.
And I believe I found a letter corrected by
Red
a
ink,
professor.
right,
I don't
yes.
want to say his name lest he or she get in trouble.
Yes, of course.
But a letter corrected in the same hand, and I sent that to you, believing that those corrections, that's the matching part. I don't know about the manic letter part, but the red ink certainly matched. And if we can use your expertise and the clout of us, like
Sure. Yes. We would have a significant pull.
it would be fantastic. I mean,
It'd
it's
be a bombshell.
think about what it does for the psychics and that industry when they're thrust into cases. if pen analysis and the weight, the gravity of this evidence,
Yes.
that we could catch someone like the Red Ink Strangler.
We've been constantly
amazing.
thwarted by the disposable nature of pens and the fact that anyone can write on any of them, and it's just really, it's like if we can actually tie pens to people.
I mean,
along with the handwriting, of course, blah blah blah. But like the pen itself.
That would be fantastic.
Yeah.
If each pen has its own fingerprint.
I see. Yes, I was a little hungover when you saw me before, so it was hard for me to exactly you understand.
But you have the letters with you. You said you would bring them down from your room.
I don't. I realized I didn't bring them with me, but I remember them super well. And I always take pictures.
Okay.
And they aren't here, but I don't live far.
Okay.
So, do you have any money?
I mean, I kind of brought what I needed.
It's just to get, it's a simple bus fare.
I kind of just have what I brought for the show specifically. I may have a
That would be just the best.
I think that'll be a point.
This goes poorly for good old Ralph James.
So what is that going to mean? What does that mean for Ralph James that it doesn't work out?
Ralph James, nothing's going well for him. No, it's true. It's true. He just wanted to get some bus fare. I don't know that. Listen, time out. We just have to, before you go, Mr. Wells, if I can, I will have to just find some money, and then you will have to get back to, I need to get back to my abode where I keep my physical pictures, because digital is the devil. That's a thing that I say.
Look, I have a meeting right now, very important.
Yes.
But maybe after my meeting we could meet up again, and I can give you a ride out there.
You have a car?
A rental car.
What?
I can give you a ride out there.
Mr. Wells, yes, of course. That's so easy. Or you could just lend me the car while you do the meeting.
Oh, huh.
I have a friend at Avis, and I understand that they don't even check if you're the person who rents the car.
I'm not really comfortable with that.
Well, I'm not comfortable with you standing in a toilet while I take a shit.
Unfortunately, I do need to get to this meeting, and my keys are back in my hotel room. What I'll do is I'll find you after my meeting, and then we'll figure this all out.
Sure, we'll exchange. All right. I'll text you my number.
All right.
Since you've already given me yours.
Great.
Yeah.
So the meeting, I am in my tux and tails.
Your tux and tails.
You got little tails in the back.
Tux and tails.
Oh, yeah.
Rushing to, I'm late now for the meeting.
Yeah.
Where we were going to be counseled by the current president.
Yes.
Of Poppleton Pen Club.
I told him Pendleton, but.
And so I get in there. I'm sweating. I'm so sorry, sir. I'm so sorry that I don't know. I have some urgent business. It's actually very important. Could be great for the Pen Club.
Well, President Bunswell and I were just discussing, how punctuality really is important in penmanship. It's important in life, really. Wouldn't you agree, President?
Hey, what? Hey, yes, very much so. Yes, of course.
But it's great to see you. Ian?
Well, it will be quite an honor to have a speech debate against you, Cecil, tomorrow evening.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it, my friend. I have an announcement I think that everyone is just going to love. It's going to love.
Well,
punctuality is important.
Listen to what the president has to say.
Mr. Well, but so is the business of the pen, which I, judging from your attire, can only assume you were on. And so you are forgiven.
I stand up straight and sort of tug on my lapels.
I sort of, my brows furrow as I'm like,
It's always important to me to look professional and put forward how I want pens to be shown.
Yes, dress
without
for the
being
job you
flashy.
want.
Without being too flashy or forward.
Well, I appreciate the black cummerbund instead of this newfangled shiny purples that people are
I agree.
In any event,
I can't wait to see what you're going to wear to the bait.
Well, I will wear the appropriate attire.
I'm sure you will. I'm just saying with this amazing, truly fabulous outfit that you have on. I have to agree with you, President. It really is bringing a sheen and a shine to these grand events that we really need. And I, for one, would be incredibly disappointed if you did not outdo yourself somehow at our debate. I mean, in fact, I wouldn't be surprised if the audience themselves were very disappointed with you.
They won't be looking at my clothes. They'll be listening to my words. My love of pens will come across to them. Mm-hmm. There's a reason why.
What? Oh, yes, of course, the Enigma machine. Yes, that was wonderful.
It was. I agree, President. You listen to me, well. This isn't going to go your way. This is going to go well for you. You better watch out for that tomorrow.
You watch it, Adams. You don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, I know. I know all about you and your weird proclivities.
Who you been talking to?
Oh, everyone knows. Don't you worry. Tomorrow's debate. I have a big announcement, and it's going to be the talk of the convention.
Yeah. Well, this went well. I'm looking forward to the debate, and it will be wonderful to have one of you serve under me for the next year until I am up for re-election again. Alternating year. It's the alternating year system where the vice president is elected in the opposite year from the president. It's very useful.
I know that I'm up on all my bylaws for the Poppleton Pen Club.
Yes.
But I do also know, and it's very important to remember this.
I think it goes well for you here.
Goes well.
Yeah, well for you.
There's one important thing to know. The people have only and always elected the incumbent. And it is only that the last vice president was unfortunately struck by that bus that we are even having this election, and that it's any kind of question.
Yes.
And you would know this, Adams, if you weren't just a young upstart.
Why,
And I want to point out that you definitely put your hands on your hips like Wonder Woman in that moment, and I think Ian absolutely did that as well.
I agree.
Like for sure, for sure.
I like where this is going, so I'm actually going to do a big flashback. I'm going to do a flashback to a rainy night. In, I don't know, let's say it's a rainy night in New Jersey, somewhere in Hoboken, the hometown of our good friend Wanda Mangione, the last vice president of the Poppleton Pen Club.
No relation to Joe DiMaggio.
No?
None.
No. No. And we see Wanda, an elderly woman.
Wanda.
Yeah.
I was like,
There's Juan.
I thought it was Juan DiMaggio.
No, it's Wanda Maggio. It is not Juan DiMaggio.
It's right there with you. Okay, good.
It is Wanda. Wanda, we see her basically splashing through puddles. We see the camera basically has like, it's nighttime. The rain is falling by a street lamp. It has like that glow of light in the rain, and we see this figure rushing underneath the street lamp. This figure is Wanda. We can see that she looks like a librarian, basically. She's pretty hefty in a floral print. Her glasses and are sort of bouncing. They're on those jeweled sort of glass hangers that go over someone's neck.
For sure.
And she is tackled by a shape, a silhouette. The silhouette hands are stained with red ink as they come to her neck and are just throttling her and strangling her. She breaks away.
Yes.
And
Steps off the curb.
Yeah.
As a bus appears out of the darkness and collides with her, smashes right.
And then you see the headlights, and she turns right into the headlights right at the at the moment.
Exactly.
And yeah. Okay.
Okay. The last thing that she says before getting hit by the bus: "The pen with no name." She looks up in horror.
Yeah.
And she's hit by this bus. We are seeing a fade out of that as we sort of dissolve to Cecil's face as he is drinking some tea.
Oh, it's
and-
totally like a face
Yeah.
merge.
Yeah,
Like he's like
yeah,
looking
face merge.
direction-
Yeah, he's drinking some tea, like just thinking about that night. Not that he was there, but more like sort of the rumors that he heard about it. I guess this is going to be right before the debate, which is the Friday.
Sure.
And he's sitting there with Ralph drinking tea
Mm-hmm.
right before it, and he looks up.
This is morning.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
and he looks up, and he says, "What if Ian's the Red Ink Strangler?"
Well, that would certainly be a convenient narrative for you in this given circumstances.
Yes, it would.
I don't know how plausible that would be.
All right, I'll take if I'm going good or bad.
No,
right
I'm
now.
just saying.
No, I'm gonna take
What?
it from John so I can.
Oh,
finish
yeah,
the
you want it
scene.
right now.
Yeah, I'll take it right now.
I'll say that it's your yeah.
Okay,
you
cool.
decide what that means.
Yeah. Oh, most definitely. I think that this is. I was gonna make an announcement today at the debate.
Yes, you keep mentioning that announcement.
It's gonna be about the pen,
Yeah.
but now I think it might be about Ian.
What?
instead.
On what grounds? He's trying. I mean,
Well, I mean, he did try and force his way into the bathroom stall with you. That's weird.
yeah.
And
But
Hmm.
well,
I got to think about this some more.
Cecil,
but
there's-
not really. I think everyone will go along with it. I'm
trying
pretty sure.
He's trying desperately to get. Either he's trying to find the murderer. I mean, or for some reason, or perhaps he's trying to absolve himself. Perhaps he's trying to frame somebody else. Maybe that's what he's doing. You know,
Maybe.
I don't know. That's certainly a thing that he could be doing. But him forcing his way into, he was just insistent, and seemed very, very nervous about the whole thing, in the sense that there was an urgency to him, you know. Before, he literally followed me to lunch. I don't know why I keep messing that up.
I don't know either, but I know what to do now, and I'm not scared.
Okay.
We'll be able to figure this out. Don't you worry. We'll be into the vice president's mansion before you know it. I don't think they have a mansion.
No, they don't have a mansion.
Maybe
It's-
more of a sublet.
It's. I mean, it's ceremonial at best. I think my scene is actually right before. It's like a concurrent thing. Like
Yeah,
the debate
perfect.
is about to go
Yeah,
happen.
debate is about to go
You're
happen.
going down.
Yeah, I'm going to get ready.
And I'm going back to. I just need to go back to my room beforehand because I need to
Yes.
freshen up and.
Yeah.
You
do need to freshen up.
I do. Yeah. So I haven't showered all
You
day.
haven't. You just have my ink-stained finger stains all over you.
Yeah. It was. Yeah. Again, we need to
Again.
clean those off.
Okay.
I think so. I have to go back to my room 403.
Oh, I was waiting when it was going to come in.
My room
Mhm.
in
You
403,
go- yeah,
which
go to
is,
403.
I mean, what's interesting about room 403 is that it's one of those connecting rooms. And when I get into my room, it appears that the connecting doors are ajar.
Yes, connecting to room 404.
Connecting to room 404.
Yeah.
I did not go through those doors. That is not a thing. But they are ajar, which scares me a little bit. And so Ralph walks into the room. He doesn't notice at first. He goes in. He sort of like he starts the water running in the bath and make sure it's the right temperature. And then he goes and he notices that the doors are open. Hello? And he like sort of like keeps his door, like the front door, open. Like he puts his shoes in it so that they're wide open so he can run it if he has to. And peers into room 404 and sees the president strangled
What?
on the fold-out cot
Ah!
with red ink smeared on his throat.
Like a red handprint on the wall.
No, like yeah, well, his throat is red from the ink, and well, he runs, he screams, he runs out, and shoeless,
Oh, God.
and he
Shoeless.
shoeless,
Shoeless.
and he
belt's
leaves.
undone.
That's what happens in that moment.
Okay, John, how do you think this goes for Ralph?
I'll say it goes well for him.
Yeah, it goes well for you. How does the scene wrap up in a positive way for you, or for Ralph rather?
He reaches for his phone, trying to like call 911, and he fumbling, and he discovers that he did actually take pictures of those.
Of the
Letters.
letters. He has them on his phone and totally
And
forgot
they're just
about
like
it.
from like 3 months ago.
Yeah.
Like super.
That's perfect.
So he
Yeah.
finds the letters.
Oh, shit. That's perfect.
That actually ends Act 1. So now what we're going to do is go to the tilt.
Yep.
And for the tilt, you roll the dice that you've accumulated so far. Cool. So we've generated our tilt. We have innocence, the wrong guy gets busted, and paranoia, a sudden reversal. We interrupt our story here and we'll resume in our next communique. I was one of your players, John Holt. You can find me on Twitter at Lord Joho. Where can people find you, Ken?
Hey, everybody. You can always find me all over the internets, but I love talking with people on Twitter. I have Instagram going. I'm on G+. I, of course, have my own blog, which you guys should check out. And it's all under berlingsbeard.com, BERLINGS.com, Berlingsbeard.
Chris, where can people find you?
People can certainly find me on Twitter at C_Diercksen, Diercks. Also, you can check out my theater company, Team Awesome Robot.
They're awesome, and they're robots.
We do things. We're gonna have a show in the spring that's gonna
Yay.
be pretty good. You can also check us out at Team Awesome Robo on Twitter, and lots of things.
All right.
Oh, and totally check out my wife, who's doing an amazing thing called Womanish documentary.
Yay!
You should totally check it out.
Cool. So to learn more about the players and the engine in our story, visit boardghost.com. You can attempt to pierce the veil and contact us at BoardGhostWorld on Twitter. Shout out through the ether if you have desires we can fulfill. Leave reviews and comments on iTunes, your preferred listening portal, and please take a moment to subscribe so you don't miss out on the latest episodes. We also have all of our episodes up on YouTube if you like to look at a still image while you listen to things.
The illustrations are quite beautiful.
Yeah. We'd like to thank Pat Couples for our theme song and interlude music. You can find more about Pat at patcouples.tumblr.com or on his band's page, hotelsandhighways.com. If you're not alone in the void, share our stories. The more they are consumed, the truer they become.
If living is a highway, then heaven is a bus stop. Been waiting for a minute there, or has it been forever? 'Cause dying don't agree with me, no. Dying don't agree with me.